Back today with 2006 Pontiac Vibe, and today we are going to be replacing the passenger side lower control arm. We just did the driver's side. It was quite a job, and we're expecting this one to go much smoother and quicker. So the first thing we're going to do is loosen these 14 mils up by the ball joint. I've soaked them for about 15 minutes now. Before we start taking anything out, we're going to make sure all the bolts that we need to turn here will actually turn. Next, we're going to take 19 mil here. Okay, it's moving. Now another 19 down here. Now in case this nut moves, we're just going to put this 19 millimeter wrench here. Okay, now that we know everything moves, let's just remove all the bolts.
I just put my face on that so I can unlock it.
Alright, we're going to try to get this bolt out the rest of the way, so we're just going to put some pliers around the base of it.
It's moving.
This is much easier without a transmission in your way. arm out. Make sure you angle it down so it doesn't right into the ball joint boot. Okay, starting to move a little more. Okay, and just to make things possibly easier for the reinstall, we're gonna remove the sway bar link at the lower end. So we're taking a 17 mil and we're gonna get this nut loose. Okay, now that it's loose, we're going to use a 6 mil hex socket to hold the shaft. When we turn the nut out. Okay, so we got the new arm, and I've put some bearing grease inside inside the subframe where the bushings are going to line up, just so this moves a little easier. Okay, it's going a bit. Hit down there. Okay, looks like we're pretty well lined up. Put a line-up tool, or in this case, an old screwdriver through here. That's pretty good, but as you can see here, this is fairly sideways. We're going to try to straighten this one out now. There we go. And if this is lined up right, you should be able to get the screwdriver all the way through the top. Let's leave that there for a moment while we put the front bolt in. see if we can get it going. So this is where it helps to have the sway bar link removed. You can push this up. To straighten it out. And that should help us get that bolt back up. Oh. There we go. Okay, then we can go in there with the nut and start that by hand. Okay, now we're going to take our 19mm wrench, set that down on the nut, and start tightening this up. Okay, just snug for now. We'll cork it when it's up on wraps. Let's get that one a little tighter. And now let's reattach the bolt. Just pull that down past the arm. Okay. All right, pry the arm down. Let's get the ball joint into place. We're going to torque these 3 to 66 foot-pounds. Okay, so what we're doing here, because the arm is a little too close to the bar, we're going to use a breaker to lift the sway bar up a bit. Just enough, a little more. There. Okay, and then we got to bring it over here so we can fit be 5 minutes. Okay, we're never fitting that. Okay, so we're gonna use the regular Allen key with that. That's all we have space for. Okay. And eventually you can just leave this, as it will hit, the Allen key will hit the sway bar, and just tighten it up. Okay, so this is all back together. We've torqued these to 66 foot-pounds. We've reattached our sway bar and link, tightened that up. And we've got our two 19mm bolts here and back here, nice and snug. So we're gonna get the tire back on, we're gonna put this up on ramps, and we're gonna torque each of these bolts to 101 foot-pounds. We'll be right back. All right, we're also gonna put this shield up too. Now, most of the clips I have for this are not original, so I'm just gonna zip tie it where I need to. Let's start with this one. That one's still okay. And I got one more of these, so I will use this over here. So underneath the car, it's up on ramps, and we're going to torque the two bushing bolts to 101 foot-pounds.
It hasn't clicked though.
There we go. I'd say we're good. All right, this job is done. That's how you change the passenger side control arm on 2003 to 2008 Pontiac Vibe, Matrix, and Corolla. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.